Hi and welcome back to VCG. I hope you're doing well. So this is a brand new video series that will be starting with this video, obviously, on vintage console gaming. Now you might be thinking, why am I doing a 2K17 video for vintage console gaming? When you think about it, it's meant to be retro, right? Well, I got this suggestion from Antonio Wilson, one of the subscribers on this channel, who requested that I started doing some historical teams from 2K. Now, of course, if you're new to this channel, you might think, what has this got to do with it? I was doing a rookie debut series where I was talking about rookies and their debuts of NBA Live. So for example, Kobe in NBA Live 97. Now, the reason this suggestion appealed to me so much is because 2K actually has historical teams, not just historical players. I could go forward and talk about historical teams in general, not just those players. Now, it's kind of funny that I'm kicking this series off with LeBron versus not LeBron, sorry, the Cavs, the defending world champion Cavs versus the 93 Bulls. Now you might be asking, well, where's the tie-in there? First of all, Jordan used to kill the Cavs, so that alone, there's a connection. But beyond that, what we just saw in the finals from LeBron, in those final 3 games, I'll read out some stats here in a minute, but what we saw is really only comparable to what Jordan did in 93. So let's read out some stats and then we'll talk about it a little bit more in depth. LeBron in his final 3 games of the finals, where they ran off 3 straight games, this is what he averaged: 36.3 points per game, 11.7 rebounds a game, 9.7 assists per game, 3 steals a game, 3 blocks a game. Jesus Christ. I'll read it again. 36.3. This needs to be added. This needs to be repeated for emphasis. 36.3 points per game at 50% shooting, no less, right? 11.7 rebounds a game, 9.7 assists per game, 3 steals a game, 3 blocks a game. Wow. And the only finals performance that I can possibly compare to those final 3 games is Jordan in 93, where he averaged 41 points per game. Once again, shooting more than 50%. He also shot 40% from 3. Everyone says Jordan was a weak 3-point shooter. He was solid. He was always solid during their championship runs. So 40 points per game, 41 points per game. 8.5 rebounds a game, 6.3 assists per game, 1.7 steals per game, and 0.7 blocks per game. Now that's over a 6-game series, by the way. So keep that in mind too. The stats that I read for LeBron, that's only for 3 games. But still, those two, you got additional scoring with Jordan, but you got a much more balanced attack through all facets of the game with LeBron. It's also kind of funny, and I appreciate the irony that I wanted to do this with 2K17 to talk about historical teams, but I'm really talking about individuals. But there's also a couple of other things as well. Barkley was MVP for the Suns, who were playing up against the Bulls. Obviously, Steph Curry was the MVP. Somehow unanimous MVP. And honestly, I get it to an extent, but he shouldn't have been the first. When you look at basketball history, that was not the most dominant season we've ever seen, and yet somehow he is the only unanimous NBA MVP, and yet ridiculous, absolutely ridiculous. Now, I didn't want to go into this too much, but I've got to talk about 2K. Simply because I don't know, because I've got a bunch of other videos. I want to test this video out, see what kind of reaction it gets. If it gets a good reaction, I'll keep it going. If not, I'll go back to the old retro games. The reason for this is the presentation, fantastic. The graphics, unbelievable. The gameplay, about 5 steps backwards from 2K16, and in every way possible. There is nothing in this game that has been an improvement since 2K14. And I say that, and I'm not saying that to be a hater or anything like that. I know there's been a lot of negative backlash towards 2K, and finally people are having enough of it, because they haven't progressed in the series nearly enough. And let's move away from my player. Let's not talk about Pro-Am. Let's just talk about individual gameplay, where the players still feel robotic. that the anime is still far too heavily reliant on animations. It's not a free-flowing game. It's not up to users. It's really not. It's all animations. When you play Madden, when you play the older NBA Lives, when you play the older 2Ks, they were never this heavy on animations. And it's just disappointing that we're now we're up to 2K16. You think about the leaps and bounds that this series took from when it first started, NBA 2K, to really when it became the dominant series, which was 2K6, which is the last video I did on this channel. And it was just unbelievable how it rose. But since 2K6, you know, you saw there was still a little bit of competition from NBA Live, but then once NBA Live really drifted away, what was that, like, what, the last good NBA Live was 2010, and then they had the Elite fiasco and all that, and then NBA Live 14 was horrible, 15 not too bad, 16 wasn't terrible either, but nobody played it until it became available for free in the vault. And we've seen since 2K10 nothing has really changed. I mean, they added Jordan, they added some features, but then they took away features too, like crew. You know, my crew was such a fun thing, and I guess they sort of added it back slowly, but it took them how many years to add a feature that was loved by the community? And now they're nerfing other game modes in order to promote microtransactions. When you play Park, now I didn't want to get into this, but when you play Park, why is it that there's caps? Why is it that your Park player is capped off, or is tied to your my career player, right? Or my player, sorry. Why is that? It's, you know, so you've got some kind of connection to that guy, right? You build him up and all that, but now there's caps on how good that player can become. Why? Why is that? So when you go into Park or Pro-Am, suddenly those boost packs are so much more appealing, because your player is not a 95 overall superstar. The most you can really get him is, you know, 87, 88, and he's very specific to the skill set that you've chosen. Is he a stretch 4? Is he a lockdown perimeter defender, etc., etc. And it's just disappointing to see that their most entertaining and popular game modes, such as My Player, is getting nerfed for microtransactions. This is a full price game, and yet they are still so heavily driven by microtransactions that it's killing the game. And what they don't realize is all the great games, this happens to all the great games, eventually people get sick of it. If it's stagnant, people will get sick of it. It will become stale. And I'll use too many words starting with S. But the reality of it is, people do not need to buy this game every single year. In fact, I didn't buy 2K15. I've never played NBA 2K15. I bought the Xbox One on launch. I bought 2K14. It wasn't that bad, but it wasn't that good either. And then all the videos that I saw, I don't bother checking the reviews. They all say the same thing. You know, you're guaranteed if you read or watch a basketball review from IGN or whoever, they'll always mention the same thing. Oh, it's the most realistic basketball game of all time. And I had somebody walk past and they couldn't tell the difference between real life and video game. Yeah. It's just, guess what? Your review's the same. You pretty much plagiarize the last year's review. So what I do is I look at the actual gameplay footages on YouTube and see if it's worth getting. Now, 2K15 showed me absolutely nothing over 2K14, so I didn't get it. 2K16, I figured, you know what, now it's time to get it, because, you know, 2-year gap. Now, I game share with somebody, and this is why I got 2K17. I kind of wish that I haven't played, because I'm so disappointed in the series. I don't think I'll be getting another one for a long time. And I'm not saying that NBA Live is going to be an actual any competition to it, because that name is so toxic now because of all these crappy releases that they've come out with. But this is not a life or death. This is not an essential of life. You know, it's not food, it's not anything like that. A yearly release of a basketball video game that is not improving. If you ask anybody that played 2K16, And 2K17, they would say, look, 2K16 is probably a better game, but everyone's playing 2K17, so that's why everyone's playing it. But eventually people get sick of it and they just gonna walk away from it. They'll start playing Madden, they'll start playing FIFA, or they'll play a racing game like Forza, or they'll play Gears of War, or whatever. They'll walk away from it the same way. And you might think that I might be exaggerating a bit, but look at what they did with Call of Duty. The same thing happened with Call of Duty, and Call of Duty is 10 times bigger than 2K. So there's my rant about 2K out of the way. That being said, this was actually not that bad of a game. After all that, it was actually sort of fun playing Jordan, 93 Jordan up against 2016 LeBron. For the record, I think 93 Jordan is Jordan in his absolute prime, based on those stats that I told you. And also, I think 2016 LeBron is LeBron in his prime as well. So the first half was kind of shonky, as very shaky. I'm using too many words starting with S. But yeah, especially from Jordan, he only had 2 points, but he obviously changed it straight away with another bucket there. But yeah, it was fun all the way around, and hopefully you guys enjoyed this video and are interested in more videos like this, because I wouldn't mind making more of them. I've got some good ideas for some future ones as well, with some historical teams going up against other historical teams, and in this format where historical teams going up against contemporary teams. Obviously, let's see what we can do with the Warriors too with Kevin Durant. Maybe a super team versus a super team somewhere along the line. I've got to have a look and see what's actually available in the Legends, the historic teams, to see if there's any other really big super teams out there. Once again, look, it's midnight now, so I'm going to start this video processing so I can upload it in the morning. Hope you guys enjoy it. If you're new to the channel and you enjoyed the video, please consider subscribing or liking, or give me a comment, a suggestion. And we'll see how we can grow this channel based off what you guys, based off interactions with you guys. You tell me what you want. If I'm interested in it, I'll make it, and hopefully we can enjoy it. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next video.
Thompson, high post. Outside Irving. LeBron against Pippen. Lets the three fly. And it's blocked. 1:19 left in the third quarter. Jordan, and the dunk by Jordan.
And really, he's just done a great job of finding the open man every trip down.
Boy, it sure has seemed as though he's done it every time. It's been an awesome display of passing for him today.
Smith outside. It's a pick by Love. Jordan against Smith. Knocked loose and stolen by Jordan. All alone.
Ooh. That's how you attack. Wow.
Oh, man. my.
And guys, that's a big swing right there. I mean, taking the steal and then turning it into 2 easy points on the dunk.
No telling how important that sequence could turn out to be.
And guys, in a game this snug, moments like that are the ones we usually look back on at the end as a difference maker.
And the highlight reel replay brought to you by Kia. Good stuff on that Kia Slam Cam. Kicks it to Armstrong. To the paint. And so he earns a trip to the line. Official saw the contact, and he'll shoot 2.
Clearly a foul.
Yeah, he took a shot there, earned those free throws.
The Bulls have made 3 free throws so far. Haven't missed any.
Now, gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
He misses the free throw.
There's something you don't see very often out of this guy. Looked like he was shooting a medicine ball.
Mike Dunleavy, he's checked in for James. And the Bulls making a change also. McRae's checked in. And he can't hit the second.
And lost his touch right there. Didn't see that coming. Usually, when he's hot, he stays hot.
Down low, here's Love. Yes, and it's Irving picking up the assist. Irving's got 4 assists now tonight.
Well, they certainly didn't have much of a problem getting the ball into the post that time.
Yeah, and that's important because this game may ultimately come down to which team controls the paint in crunch time.
We're at the end of the third, and we've still got a close one. Bulls lead by 1. And do not go away, as we'll be back in just a few moments with the start of our fourth quarter coming up next. We've got a great game on our hands as we welcome you back. The fourth quarter of action getting started. The Cavaliers trailing, taking a look at the Bulls. We've got McRae. Michael Jordan is out there with Armstrong. Then there's Grant, and it's Pippen in at the small forward position.
Rare you'll see him miss such an open look.
To the paint, here's McRae, and the rejection by Love. And that's out of bounds. Chicago will retain possession. Will Purdue's checked in for McRae. And they double up Jordan. Pippen, the pass to Armstrong. Here is Purdue, defended by Dunleavy. And there's the feed to Shumpert. Here's Dunleavy, guarded by Pippen, and stolen by Jordan. And now the fast break. Grant with the ball. Pulls up. Bounces high off the rim and drops. And 12 points for Michael Jordan. And what's your take, guys, on the hustle stats for the Bulls?
Their high-energy defensive effort has paid off for them, guys, with more than a few steals over the course of the ballgame.
And also, how about the points they've gotten in transition or on the fast break tonight? That's been a huge factor as well.
It's a good play tonight for Thompson. He has 8 points, and when it comes to rebounding, he's had a nice night there, too.
He's not afraid to mix it up there in the middle, getting in there and doing a lot of the dirty work.
And no good as the first free throw missing for him. We'll see if he can nail the second. LeBron, he's checked in for Cleveland. Bill Cartwright, he's checked in for Chicago.
Only down 2 now, but that miss might come back to haunt you. If they don't get a stop, it's back to a 2-possession game.
Out of bounds, Cleveland takes possession.
Oh, that certainly could be costly. In a close one, those kinds of mistakes can really give the other team momentum.
They can get back in front with some points right here.
Yeah, they got behind, but really hung in there and didn't let the score get out of hand.
James dishes to Thompson. And they're unable to get the tying basket there. Chicago leading. Jordan kicks to Pippen. Armstrong passes to Jordan. And they double up Jordan. Stolen by Thompson. One-on-one here. Here's Shumpert. That doesn't go on the chance to tie.
Not the best shot right there with a good defender draped all over you.
I agree with you. I mean, not the shot they were hoping for, but he can really cause problems with his defense.
The Cavaliers on offense. LeBron outside to tie it up. It's good. A huge shot to tie it up.
Well, they're having major trouble dealing with LeBron.
James has gone 50% so far. 2 of 4 shooting. Jordan inside. Funded by Shumpert. It's in!
Well, Jordan has been fantastic.
Timeout called the Cavaliers. They're losing by 2. There's 48 seconds left in the fourth. Cavaliers making a switch here. Smith is checked in. On the sideline, let's catch up with Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Kevin, during the last break, I heard Tyronn Lue talking with his team, and he's pushing them to empty the tank. He said, I know you're tired and it's been a tough game, but we can't hold back. If you're tired, come out. Otherwise, I want you full speed. Guys?
Okay, David, much appreciated. Irving dishes to James. The shot. Once again off the mark by Cleveland.
I tell you what, folks, I bet he won't miss that shot next time he takes it.
Jordan against Smith. Here's Pippen. Here's Armstrong. Frames it from downtown.
20.
And really, with every point from this point on, it seems like they're just closer to finishing this one off.
If they haven't already done it. I mean, hey, it's been a tremendous all-around performance from this group. I don't think there's any question about that.
.15 seconds left to play here in the fourth. Money!
They ran that inbounds play perfectly there to get the quick hitter.
Chicago calls timeout. They're in front by 2. There's 14 seconds left in the fourth quarter.
Hey, this is what happens when we play our brand of basketball. They cannot stop us. Don't quit until the final buzzer goes off. Now let's finish this and go home.
They foul intentionally. They're going to have to do that now again and again. They're not in the penalty yet.
Yeah, you can't let them hold the ball and just milk those last seconds away.
No, you got to foul. I mean, it's going to come down to free throws here. Foul right away.
And now we've got the intentional foul. So the first one drops, and that makes it a 3-point lead. And he is unable to get the second one. Timeout called Cleveland. They're behind by 3. 12 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. Guys, your thoughts?
And there's still time left, so they don't necessarily have to go for the 3. A quick, easy bucket inside will do.
Well, I think the clock's a little short here for that. I mean, I'm not quite sold on the quick 2. I think they've got to look for a quality 3 to try to tie this thing up based on where the clock is right now.
And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Irving. They're going to prolong the game here with an intentional foul. He doesn't hit the first, and that was the one they really wanted. He's got one more, though. And the second of 2 is good. That gives them a 4-point cushion. Can't get it to fall. And so the big win by Chicago in a tight game. A narrow win under difficult circumstances, Greg, as the visiting team.
It really was, but that didn't seem to bother them. I mean, road team, home team, all I know is they were the better team.
Well said. And that'll do it, folks. For Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching as Jordan presents our player of the game, Michael Jordan.